Welcome to episode 421, where I'm speaking with my client, Sónia, about her Digestive Reset Cleanse experience from overstimulation and overwhelm to feeling calm and energized. Sónia initially had a reluctance to slow down her activity during the cleanse, but then she discovers so much awareness through that process of slowing down, which she shares in this very personal episode. So please stay tuned. Hi there, I'm your host Colette, and on this podcast I will be sharing the teachings of Ayurveda, yoga, and holistic health practices. Now, if you're new to Ayurveda, I recommend checking out the first couple of episodes where I do an introduction to Ayurveda and the mind-body types. Thanks for listening, and now here's a new episode. Hello and welcome back to the Elements of Ayurveda podcast. Today, I'm very happy to welcome Sónia, who's been on an Ayurvedic journey with me since 2020 and maybe longer. We'll find out today. But Sónia, welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Colette, for inviting me. And it's a big pleasure to be with you and to share my journey with you.
Great. Yeah, I'm excited for you to share your experiences. But let's start with the introduction, Sónia. So tell people about where you're from and a little bit about your life.
So I'm Sónia. I'm 49 years old. I'm from Portugal. And I live in this small island just in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. It's called Flores. It means like flowers. And it's very small. It's from an archipelago, from 9 islands. And it's we are around like 3,500 people living here. So it's very small community. I know almost everybody because I work on the laboratory. I'm a technician. So I know everybody. So almost everybody goes to the laboratory, to the hospital. And I was born here in the islands. And then I was studying on the mainlands near Lisbon. And then I came back to the island to work. So I work on the laboratory for 28 years. So all of my life I worked down there. So it was my first ever job. So I'm still doing that for almost 30 years.
Oh my goodness. And you know, the island sounds amazing. I love Portugal, but like the island I'm from, Ireland's, bigger than your island, but it means that with being on the edge of the Atlantic, we get a lot of storms, right? And a lot of high winds. And that's something that we have to take into account, even your Ayurvedic practices. And that did come up during our consultations together, right? Because you are Vata Pitta constitution, and that wind on the island plays a big role in how you feel.
Yeah, I'm not very fond of wind and keep things even more cold than they are. And so the islands are very humid. Mm-hmm. And it's not very cold here, the winters, but with the humidity and with the rain and with the wind, it seems like it's colder. So the cold gets into your body and it sticks there all day. So, and there's a lot of days that we don't see the sun. So it's even worse for us. So it's all the time. It's windy, almost all the time. Mm-hmm. And even in my previous house, I lived up the hill, and it was even more wind there. So for my Vata, it was not really good at all. So I felt like that in my body.
Yeah, it's true. It's the same in Ireland, very humid. And like I say that too, you feel the cold in your bones. It's like this damp cold, but beautiful places to live. And yes, it's really important to take in the climate. When I talk to people in their consultations, I ask them, about where they're living and what's the humidity like, what's the climate like, and so on, because that's an important factor. And so let's talk now about how you found Ayurveda, about your journey with Ayurveda. How did you discover it?
I don't know exactly the moment I found it, but I think it was after I discovered yoga. I've already had this little approach with yoga, but I had this teacher training in Fuerteventura in 2019. And after that, I was digging about yoga, and I discovered like Ayurveda and some practices, because I think they are really connected with each other. And
Absolutely.
then I was reading about it, and I found your podcasts. And by the way, I love it because it's a very useful tool for everyone, because you tell everything about Ayurveda, about the doshas, we just need to hear. So it's amazing work that you do. And I was starting to there was a lot of things that make sense for me. So then I found you. We had this consultation,
that was in March 2020.
Okay.
Was our first consultation. Yeah. So you did your yoga teacher training in 2019.
19.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then March 2020, we spoke for the first time.
Yeah. So I think everything was unfolding like naturally. And then after that, with your consultation, there was a lot of things like making sense, but maybe I was not ready yet, or I just, I don't know, maybe life goes on, and we have this gap for 5 years that we didn't connect with each other. And it was like this pause. I cannot explain why and how, but yeah, life goes by, but there's a lot of things that make sense. And after the summer, I feel worse every year. Mm-hmm. So the summer, because it's a long day for me, it's a very, very long day, and I want to do. And when it gets night, I feel very tired. So, and then it comes a lot of people to the island, a lot of friends. We party a lot. We eat a lot. We drink a lot. So there's no time for decompressing. So I feel so overwhelmed on the end of summers. Like I hit this wall, it just crash. And I feel that in my body, in my mind, in everything of my being.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we reconnected then this was October of this year, and you were feeling that end of summer, a little bit of accumulation of heat in the body, but mostly the Vata imbalance, right? Vata imbalance being a lot of dryness in the body and a lot of irregularity as well. You were noticing irregularity in your appetite, your bowel movements, and your energy. So all that irregularity of Vata was showing up. And as well, your nervous system was quite active. Like you said, your Vata was overwhelmed and overstimulated.
Exactly. And I was doing the trails.
Oh, so yeah, you're running.
I was running, and I was pushing because I did this 18K in May. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to do in October the 21K. So I put a lot of stress in my mind, in my body, and during the summer. So it was even worse. Everything was worse.
Right.
So I was feeling like a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. Everything was like in the limits.
Yeah, it was. You were quite strained when we met in October, and you had tendinitis as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
In your Achilles.
When I was waking up in the morning, I was feeling like an old lady. My Achilles tendon was killing me. It has like a little ball in it. And if I was touching, it was really hurting, and to walk a bit, and my knees and my shoulders. I have a lot of issues in my articulations.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not feeling good at all, but I
Yeah.
was keep pushing and pushing. And
Right.
the day I said, well, I need to listen to my body and just stop.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to stop. So it was really hard for me to stop and to say, so you need to take care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's when you reached out and you decided, right, I'm ready to
Yeah.
do the Digestive Reset Cleanse.
Exactly. So I was in for the cleanse, but I was on holidays
Yes.
on October, and I had a lot of plans for holidays. I need to cut the grass. I need to this and this and this, and to keep on running, go to the gym. A lot of, yeah, a lot of things to do. And when you said, oh, you need to stop over like doing a lot of things, just take your time. It was really hard for me. I
It
confess.
was.
It
Yeah, because
was.
I remember we talked about the gym and you were having a hard time not going to the gym during the cleanse. And
Exactly.
I was just had to have a chat with you about the overstimulation and your body was exhausted and just to do the experiment with me, and not to work out during that cleanse portion. And I could see it was challenging for you. And I understood because I've been there before when I was focused on training and that was my life, and missing a day at the gym or exercising would have been very tough. But I wanted you to feel the differences in your body. So you agreed to do the experiment and not go to the gym during the cleanse.
Exactly. So I needed to say to myself, you need to trust, you need to trust, you need to trust. I needed to breathe a lot. It was a lot of breathing. Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah.
guess that because so then after during the cleanse, I was feeling like a bit tired. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
my body was saying, okay, it's better not to go. Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
cannot go because you're feeling tired.
Right.
And so, in 1 month after, I can say like it was the best pause of my life because it was an amazing pause. I was needing that. And now on this season, when people say, "Oh, I'm so tired, I'm so tired," I really relate because I felt that I was
Mm-hmm.
really exhausted after the summer. So now I feel like I'm so energized. I have a lot of energy, and it was an amazing thing that I trusted you. I trust myself,
Yeah.
and it was.
Yeah, well, you put the effort in, and it was interesting too because you're on such a small island and with limited resources, right? We had to really be flexible in regards the ingredients you could find and so on. So that
Mhm.
was interesting too because you couldn't easily get things delivered and so on. So we really had to work with what was available on the island,
Mhm.
but that was fun to do that, and to use the local ingredients and so on. And I know that during the cleanse portion that you really felt a lot of shifts in your body, particularly the huge improvements that came from the slower pace and being more mindful. That's where you giving yourself permission to slow down. And as I spoke to you about, look, in order to heal this Achilles tendonitis, we really need to give your body rest. Your body is overwhelmed. It's exhausted. And, that's why your digestion is off and you weren't really hungry and you're just overtrained and overstimulated. And so in explaining that, like I said, you understood the importance of this. And talk to me about the impact of slowing down, because that is not your natural nature, right? It was not something that came easily to you. And just being more mindful about your movements throughout the day.
Yeah, first for me it was not very easy, like to believe that the pause and that cleanse could cure me. And I have no pain, Colette, at all. and my joints and my Achilles tendon, it's perfect. I even sometimes I think, oh, maybe I should run again.
To test it.
Yeah, it's my ego just go there again. But I'm so aware. In that slow pace, I cultivate a lot of awareness. And I was doing the things. At first, it was an effort to do these things slowly. But even if I was washing the dishes or doing my work on the laboratory, I was focusing and I was training my mind to be on that exactly moment and to be like in the present, because my mind was tending a lot to go on the future. So sometimes I get this anxiety from going to the future. And if I catch myself in the future, I say, just come back, come back, come back. And this awareness, we practice. So practice makes progress, right?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
So we can go to the future, but if we have this awareness, just come back and going back, going forward. So it's okay to go there. But if we have the awareness to come back, it's, the wow factor. It's amazing.
I'm jumping in here with some housekeeping. First of all, if you would like your own Digestive Reset Cleanse experience, the next discounted Digestive Reset Cleanse is starting January 23rd, 2026, starting the new year off, focusing on your health and well-being. Or if you wanted to do a private cleanse like Sónia and tailor it to your own schedule, that is available at any time. Both come with a 90-minute online consultation with me so that I can tailor the cleanse to you and your lifestyle. Also, I wanted to remind you about the new Elements of Ayurveda podcast community, a online home for those of you who wish to go deeper into Ayurveda together. Inside, you'll find monthly live Zoom meetups, early access to the podcast episodes, member forums for discussion and Q&A, mindfulness and self-care practices, and seasonal group challenges and reflections. So lots to discover, and you can find more information on elementshealingandwellbeing.com. And I'll also put a link in the show notes, and I hope to connect with you soon. Let's get back to my conversation with Sónia. Yeah, and it's so important, to experience that. Again, like I said, I could talk and talk and talk about it, but until you experience that in your own life and take the amount of time during the cleanse to really step back and pause and get out of your normal routine, very active with running a lot on the trails and the gym, to take yourself out of that routine. Taking that pause is when you really feel the changes in your body and mind, right? And particularly, I know you felt it in your mind that it was calmer and during the slowdown as well. And did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy that slower pace?
So in the first days were difficult, but after just going through the days and through the practices, I was really enjoying. And now I kept that reminder and I kept that slower pace because I don't need to rush, because I know it's like it goes against my nature. So just need to calm and having more time for my routines. I hated the routines.
And it's funny, like most Vatas want to be spontaneous and, just free. Yeah. So the routines can feel very oppressive for those with a high Vata constitution. And I, have compassion for that. But then there's the understanding that the routines really provide a great structure for you, right?
It is. Because in my mind, the routines, it's like a monotonous thing.
Yeah.
And it's not, because at first I needed to write my schedule just to have that vision part. So what time and now I don't need to look at my schedule. I have this schedule and it's so easy because I don't need to have time to plan the things. I know what I want to do or what I will do. So it's easier.
Great.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. Like you said, after a while, these habits become autopilot.
Right.
And I know that you mentioned you had less pain in your body, but because before, like you said, your joints were very sore. You had the Achilles tendonitis. There was a lot of aching in the body. You're waking up feeling a lot of stiffness, and that improved completely. And also you mentioned that your blood analysis was really, really improved in all areas, post cleanse as well, right?
Right. Because I work in the lab, I do a lot of experiments with myself too. So I tried a lot of things. Like I tried the paleo, I tried these salads things, I've tried a lot of vegan, a lot of things. And then I try, how's the blood? And I eat meat, and there was a lot of times that my iron test was not good. I was thinking because my gut was leaking and was not absorbing the nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
And after the cleanse, like almost everything was like better. Like my iron, my hemoglobin, I had no cholesterol, and I ate a lot of fats during the
Yeah.
cleanse.
Lots of
So,
ghee.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the difference in between the good fats and the bad fats, right?
Yeah.
And no cholesterol. So like it's a meat. So I can eat the ghee, I can eat the olive oil, and it nourished my body. Now I can like pour a lot of olive oil in my soup or in my
Uh-huh.
stew. I love it. And the
Yeah.
ghee, and yeah, and it felt amazing.
Yeah, and it's important for your particular constitution because you had a lot of dryness in your body. I was really encouraging the extra fats for you,
Mhm.
lots of use of ghee and olive oil. And as a result, you have no dryness and your joints are lubricated. And because you had the dry eyes, the dry skin, the dry hair, and so on before. But now your body is much more lubricated, and the good fats for grounding as well. And as well, your face, you noticed that your whole complexion had improved, right? It was less redness in the skin.
Yeah, there was a lot of changes. Some were subtle changes, but others I felt like in days. I had no inflammation in my face, like less redness. My face, it's glowing more, like it's not so dry. Even my hair, it's not like searching the best shampoo or the best cream or the best hydration. Like you said, it's from the inside out. And after the cleanse, like I was building this structure, I pay more attention on what I eat. Like you said, I can do the 80-20. Okay,
Yes.
sometimes I go out, I drink some wine, but after I go to my routine, so I can
Yeah,
have everything. And when I go to
exactly.
my routines, okay, everything is perfect. Because sometimes now in our world, we want these quick fixes.
Yeah.
And I want to start this thing today, and tomorrow everything will be. Because I see this on the hospital. So we do the analysis, we take pills, and then the cholesterol goes down, and then we take the pills, and this wheel, it's our life, it's our world, it's like this wheel. So if we can do our job and we can do our work,
Mm-hmm.
do these little changes, sometimes subtle changes, but it makes sense and it makes a lot of differences. And
Yeah.
the consistency of these differences.
Voila, exactly. Yeah, is the consistency. It's just taking responsibility for our own health. So rather
Mhm.
than taking medication, now in some cases that may be necessary, and we have wonderful Western medicine for that.
Mhm.
But at least I think it's worth trying to go through a natural healing process first and really see if by making changes in your diet and lifestyle, or maybe taking some Ayurvedic herbs and so on, does it get to the root of the issue and then preventing any further imbalances. And as you said, the 80-20 lifestyle, I'm all about that because it makes it sustainable. You know, you can go out and go to, vacation or go out with friends and have a great time. And then you have the comfort of knowing you go back to that foundational practices of Ayurveda, and then you bring your body back into balance. And when you go, out of balance 20% of the time, you're not going to manifest big problems. It's maybe your doshas fluctuate a little, but then going back to your balancing practices, everything is returned to harmony again. So it's a great way to live. It makes it sustainable for the long term. And talking about living, Sónia, so what other changes have you made in your life? Talk to us about your exercise, because that was very important. You were doing the longer 18-kilometer, 20-kilometer trail runs before.
Yeah. Now since the cleanse, I never run again.
You haven't run at all since the cleanse?
No.
Okay.
I will, but these small runs, and I think even if I can go for a longer run, because the winter, it makes me more comfortable, because the summer, it's the dryness and the hot. Maybe it was not the best time to practice the running. Now the gym, it's I go to the gym 3 days a week. It's non-negotiable. So I go every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays.
Give your body a rest in between, which is great.
Yeah. And then I can cutting the grass, or just have a hike, or just slow pace still. It's not that I'm afraid of running, but I don't want to go back, and I don't want to feel that again, because, I was thinking you're almost 15 and you feel like this old lady with a lot of pain. And so I want to live healthy. So I don't want those pain in my ankles again and cracking joints.
Right. And feeling depleted, and just knowing that you can still enjoy it, but not to overextend your body. And now you understand, you have much more awareness of your signs of depletion, the signs of imbalance for you. We've gone through those. You understand what are your subtle signs of imbalance and when you need to really back off and listen to your body.
Yeah, I think I built this awareness. So when I think I cannot go back to that extreme condition that I was. So with this awareness, I can be watching how am I feeling, and am I feeling dry? And now I'm hydrating a lot more. I can drink my 2.5 liters still.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And my tea. So I was very, very dehydrated.
You were. Yeah, absolutely. And when we had the follow up after the cleanse, I really saw a shift, a change in your body and your appearance. And so as we finish up here, is there anything else you wanted to share, or is there any other advice or tip that you would give to others that you've learned on your journey?
I think the most important things, it's starting small, just small changes. You don't need to go big changes. Sometimes we have 10 or 20 kilos extra in our body. They didn't come from one day to the other. So we will not lose them in 1 month or two, just one day at a time. And I was saying I say to myself, just one day at a time, and that builds the consistency. So that's what I want to build, that my routines. So wake up early, my hydration. There are some pillars that are non-negotiable, go to the gym, the hydration, good food, good nourishing, like my abhyanga, good oils to put in my skin. And then the other things, I'm just changes. One day I just go for a ride, maybe one day go to the run, but if we can change one thing in 1 month, it will be like 12 changes in 1 year. So it's an amazing thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we want like things like very quick, like very fast, this fast pace in the world. And doing the cleanse, it was like my life changing. So I wanted to do after like for the spring again, because it's a reset. It's because I got a lot of energy after that. And like my body came like to this emptiness, like to fill up with good things again. So I felt like that.
Good. It was definitely a restorative cleanse for you. We wanted to make sure it was more rejuvenating. You weren't looking to lose weight or anything, that it was all about rejuvenating, hydrating and lubricating your body and really re-stimulating your digestive system, because you had a real lack of hunger and you were having severe bloating every day. I remember you sent me the email going, oh my goodness, I have no bloating.
Yeah, because I'm like this, I can eat and talk at the same time and look at my phone, and now I have this awareness not to do this.
Yes, we talked about that. Yeah, and being very like mindful with eating, and because you work in a lab, so we had to talk about the food in the canteen and how you were eating and when you were eating. So, but it's all very flexible in Ayurveda, and it's really important for me to really tailor it to each individual, learn about their lifestyle and make it as easy as possible so it doesn't become overwhelming and it can easily fit into your lifestyle. And that is what's important, because that will make sure that it's sustainable for you post-cleanse. You gain all this awareness and you gain all these tips and habits and information, and I want you to continue it post-cleanse. So the more easy I make it for you, the more sustainable.
You were like amazing, because you make that so easy when I email you and like asking these questions, and because sometimes I was getting a bit overwhelmed because it's so new, but like you were like there supporting like every step and every day, every moment. And even with the ingredients, like you said, it's not easy to get the things here. And it was not a problem for you. Like,
you were sending me photos from the supermarket. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm in it. When I'm supporting my clients, I'm in it with them. So I take it as a very serious responsibility that, somebody trusts me to go through this process with them. So I want to make sure they have the best.
And I was so happy that I made this cleanse with you. It was like this huge experience, huge. Yeah.
Great. Well, as you said, you're coming back for the spring one. And the nice thing is the second time around, and I have people who repeat the cleanse constantly. It's great because you know now what the structure is, you know what to expect. And each time it goes a little deeper. We peel back another layer, and many of my clients that repeat the cleanse again and again experience it's like pulling back another layer. There's always more. So
good.
I look forward to experiencing that.
Each layer we take up, we stay like healthier and lighter.
Exactly. And it's just building more and more awareness. Well, Sónia, it's been an absolute pleasure to be part of your journey with Ayurveda and to support you on this journey. And I look forward to continuing that in the future.
Thank you, Colette. And thank you for your amazing work. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your story and being so open today, Sónia, and this is going to help a lot of people as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you would like individualized support during this season, please reach out, and you can check out all my online services on my new updated website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com. And don't forget, the next group discounted cleanse starts January 23rd, 2026. Don't forget to follow or subscribe so the new episodes will automatically download for you. And please come join me on social media. On Instagram, it's Elements of Ayurveda Podcast. And on Facebook, it's Elements Healing and Wellbeing. And until next time, take good care of yourself, be well, and bye for now. Slán go fóill.